Good morning and welcome in, everybody. Before we get into this early Saturday morning update, I would like to talk about what's transpired here in the past 12 hours or so. First, XRP went down to about 54 cents and some change. We have pulled up right now, but we do have a couple of short-term bearish theses to invalidate. We have to invalidate we know in the 1 hourly we've already had a death cross. 4 hourly we're working on it. 3 hourly we're desperately trying to avoid getting rejected here at 56.9 cents. And then in the 2 hourly we've already had the death cross and we're getting rejected. So if we can't get above this 57.4 cents immediately, that's a big problem. If you see 56.9 cents reject us right now, that's an immediate signal for us to drop even further. Now, whether that drop would just be to come back down here to 54.3 or not would remain to be seen. It looks like we had a small double bottom that did form, but that doesn't mean that this is the reversal of all reversals. If we can't get above this 2 hour time frame, that would be our first signal that, hey, even though we've had a big drop, even with the volatility we have, it's not enough to push us over. So right now we're looking at 57.4 cents ultimately, but if you look at the 3 hourly as well, we're looking to get back above 57 roughly. So we'll see if we get rejected here and if we continue our trend down, or if this is the start of a bottoming formation and we start pushing our way back up. We talked about yesterday in the live, and it's actually in the title. Despite the drop, we should be what did I say yesterday? But it was despite the drop, we talked about how we were going to move up. I said XRP planned for 61 cents despite minus 5.7 drop today. And then we talked about how 45.7 million will be short or will be liquidated in XRP shorts if XRP's price hits 61.9 cents. That doesn't mean it's going to happen in one shot, and it may not even be ready to happen yet. What that means is that's something that could be on the agenda. So we pay attention to those price numbers. But right now we understand that if we get rejected at 57 or 57.4, this could continue this death cross that's already happened in the 2 hourly, and then we're getting rejected right now in the 2 hourly. So we need to see how to push past here, or what the further implications are if we do break down. So please make sure that like button, so YouTube recommends this update. By you hitting that like button, my content pops up in the YouTube newsfeed. So whether you've seen my content or not, you'll be able to make an informed decision whether or not you would like to click on my content. So we'll be part of the recommendations if you just hit that like button. We'll talk about, and this goes a little bit further still, with the XRP price in the hourly death cross, as now we have it in the 2 hourly. The fear and greed index now, fear is at 37. Yesterday it was at 57. So the fear and greed has come down by 20. Just last week it was at 72 was in the greed for the fear and greed index. Right now there's fear in the market. So it's down to 37, so there's fear. So this is a better chance for the markets to move up when there's fear rather than greed. So more people are skeptical now. Even yesterday it was at 57. 1 week ago it was at higher green, more severe greed at 72. Yesterday was low greed at 57, and now today's getting into that fear zone at 37, which is very interesting to watch. And then we'll talk about the hourly death cross that emerges amongst sell-off. We know it's turned into a 2 hour death cross now, but same differential. So we'll talk about that. Please make sure to hit that like button. I'll catch you on the other side of the intro. Good morning, 8:49 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Saturday, August 3rd, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So before we get started here, we see some green here today, but we should not be tricked. We should not be influenced in the wrong direction. and we should pay attention right in front of us right now, whether or not this is just a little bear market or a little bear rally after a significant drop of about 15%. Most of the market dropped that same percentage over the past 36 to 48 hours. And now is this just a small reverse rally to pick ourselves back up and dust ourselves off? So we're going to focus on XRP. We'll probably look at Bitcoin very briefly after, but we're going to focus on XRP pretty good right now. So XRP in the short term, we're trying to make sure that this isn't a Batman top that pulls us all the way back down and resets the pattern at 42.8. Now, there are a bunch of supports in between, but we want to make sure that this isn't a bear flag. First step would be to retake the 57.3 cent 200-day support in the 3 hourly, because that's our next area where a death cross is likely. We need to get over 57.8 to get above the 20-day, but before we can even get to that fashion, in the 2-hour time frame, we do have a confirmed death cross, and we are getting rejected on the death cross at 57.4 cents initially. If this holds, we're going to wipe out this little double bottom look at 54.4. That's just the bottom line. Or if this is valid and we need to back test and try to hold some kind of support, we could come back down that 55.7 cent area and try to create a new floor. But with that death cross, this suggests a much farther correction here if this plays true. But remember, the death cross is our lagging indicator. So once it comes into play, it's possible that we start reversing back up, and then the technical traders get hammered if they were going to go short here because of the death cross, and then it goes long instead. So, but right now the death cross is a short-term indicator that we have flipped bearish and that we need more of a correction. If we do continue pushing down, we're well below the rising channel resistance now. That 64.5 cents is the cup and handle downtrending resistance. The uptrending resistance at 60.7 cents is the rising channel resistance, which if we update this, because we're going to have to update it in, what the hell is going on here? We're going to have to update this in real time. So we've got 60.8 cents approximately. So this morning, if you're watching, yes, we need to get past these death cross numbers in the 2 and 3 hourly, especially the 2 hourly, to invalidate this death cross, because the 3 hourly is right behind us if we do break down here. But ultimately, we need to start pushing up. We need to start pushing up. First layer would be to get over 58.4 cents in a hurry. And in real times, 58.3 cents. So we need to get over 58.3 in a hurry. 2 hourly could be suggesting a reversal candle here, which is not the greatest thing to see since we're under the 20-day. Looks bearish to me on that 2 hourly, only because it looks like a gravestone. Now that has the right to reserve the change. There's still an hour left in this candle. But on the onset, that looks a little bearish. Like I said, though, I'm still looking for that 61.9 cents here eventually, because you'll liquidate 47.5 million in shorts just by hitting 61.9 cents. Some might be sweating now because of that reversal, but we haven't really done anything of substance yet. We haven't done anything of substance. And it's been a nice little reverse rally overnight. We need to continue the momentum. So if we're meant to be, we're going to first see us break over 57. We'll retake 57.5, we'll call it. And then you'll see us in short order flip over 58.3 cents, which is the 2018 resistance. And then from there, we need to get back over 60.8 cents, reclaim 62.4, and start moving our way up. So there's a lot of resistance in front of us, and I don't want to make it sound like it's not going to be hard, because it's going to be. We've put ourselves in a spot where we came down past some critical resistance areas. So if you thought they were hard to push past before, you haven't seen anything yet. And we're set up in a spot where even though we've had a 1.45% pullback up, actually it's been about 3 to 3.5% from the bottom. We're now, well, more than that, but we're now in a position where we might have topped out. We could have topped out. We need to invalidate the death cross in the 2 hourly to invalidate this bearish thesis. So first things first is to get back over 57.4 cents. It's the easiest way I can put it. And then the 3 hourly, a more immediate support, even though that does look like a bearish candle there in the 3 hourly even. We need to get back over 57 cents in the short order. That would get us back above the 200-day resistance, which should be support right now in the 3 hourly. And if we do break below that, it is suggesting to us that we're going to have a breakdown a little bit farther here, because the Deathcross is suggesting that further correction is coming. Now, if we invalidate the Deathcross, that's good. We'll invalidate the short-term bearish thesis. But let's talk about the hourly Deathcross. We have one in the 2-hourly now, and one pending in the 3-hourly if we continue to break down. So I imagine somebody cutting the grass at 8:55 a.m. on a Saturday. Somebody could be pissed if they're sleeping. XRP, even though you can do anything starting at 8 where I live. XRP price hourly Deathcross emerges as XRP sells off. So eyes on XRP's price action for potential reversal and bearish chart indication. So the price of XRP, the 7th largest cryptocurrency, fell sharply over the last 3 days from July 31st highs of 65.9 cents and a level last reached in late March. This downward trend was persistent, with the cryptocurrency struggling to find support and stabilize. The latest sell-off might be partly attributed to broader market sentiment and profit-taking after XRP's astounding price rally in early July. The cryptocurrency market has faced increased volatility, with other digital assets experiencing similar downward pressure. The markets extended a sell-off on Friday after a far weaker than expected job reports for July raised concerns that the U.S. economy could enter recession, which we're already in. Amid the ongoing sell-off, XRP faces a concerning technical indicator. A Deathcross that occurs when a short-term moving average crosses below a long-term moving average on its short-term chart. So that would be like the 20-day crossing through the 200-day moving average. A more confirmed would be the 50 going through the 200, which we're also about to do as well. We've done on some of them. XRP on the hourly, we have XRP hourly chart have recently displayed this pattern, with the 50-hour moving average crossing below the 200-day moving average. Moving averages, a Deathcross is commonly interpreted as a bearish indication indicating potential further declines. So while the hourly Deathcross is a concerning indicator, it is important to note that it is not always a definitive predictor of future price movements. Market conditions can change rapidly, and XRP may find support at lower levels, leading to a potential recovery. So after 3 consecutive days of declines, the XRP price rebounded in today's trading session after hitting support at 54.2 cents near the daily simple moving average 200, or the 200 simple moving average. XRP was seeing marginal losses as press time, down 0.96% in the last 24 hours to 56.7 cents. In the meantime, key support levels to watch include 52 cents, which coincides with the daily SMA 50, and 40.3 cents, which could act as floors in case of further declines. XRP rallied strongly in early July after confirming support at the 40.3 cent level. On the upside, a sustained break above the 65.9 cent level might kickstart a fresh bullish uptrend for XRP. In the coming days, the markets will be closely monitoring XRP's price action to see if it can regain its footing and reverse the recent losses. So a good article, I thought, highlighting what's going on with that was at the time the hourly Deathcross, as we've seen in our own technicals. We've now crossed in the 2-hourly Deathcross, and we have a 3-hourly Deathcross possibly pending here. If we get a rejection in the 3-hourly at 57 cents, it's a very big chance, or at 57.9, that we could have a Deathcross here. We do have a little W reversal put in here. How strong it is, it's up to interpretation. But we'll see if this has the staying power here. Hourly, we already know we've finished off that Deathcross. 2-hourly, we've got the 50 about to pass through the 200 here in the 2-hourly. So this could make it a more painful circumstance here if this continues. The longer this goes on without a correction above these levels, the more of a chance there is to break down even farther. Whether that means, like we talked about at the opening, just to come back here and use a support floor around 55.7 remains to be seen. But right now, obviously, we have that short-term narrative right now, or the short-term indicator with the Deathcross that we must invalidate in short order. And then one more thing we'll discuss here very quickly is Bitcoin, and then I will release this weekend update. If you are looking to trade XRP, Bitcoin, your favorite crypto, or anything you've seen, past, present, or future, look in the video description below and our pinned comments. BITUNIX has the lowest spot leverage trading fees in the USA. There's no VPN or KYC. You've got HOTCOIN as well. Well, KYC only if you send a receipt from a bank account. You've got HOTCOIN. which has the exact same things I just mentioned. Same conditions, no KYC or VPN unless you are using a bank account for KYC. But they have XRP. They also have the XRP Bitcoin pairing. They have IOTA, IOTX, Casper, a lot of others that we may not have on BITUNIX. But I find it a little bit cheaper to leverage trade on BITUNIX. So I put it out there. You make an educated and informed decision. And at the beginning of this month, consider joining Tom's Army and getting the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens in month 1. Or sending 1 YouTube super chat this month as a way to pay it forward and a thank you for the time I put in. And as always, there's no paid advertisements, sponsorships, or paid programming of any kind. So you have a free viewing experience. So before we end this, make sure to hit that like button so YouTube does recommend this update. And please, please, please share this on social media so that we can continue to grow this community. So right now we've got underneath support at 61,306. And we can see with Bitcoin the urgency of this. This is like that short-term expandable. We talked about a short-term wedge that was being created. It's like an expandable wedge. I didn't want to keep this up just because we already have a setup, but just so that we can have transparency here, what we talked about in live yesterday. And Bitcoin did come down quite a bit. It did come down quite a bit, which could help validate what we were seeing here. But we knew if it came down and we couldn't hold 61,306, the next level is 58,384. But fortunately, right now, we were able to bounce off of 60,500, reestablished at 61,300, and now we've in short order started pushing up. We do have a Deathcross in the 4 hourly with Bitcoin, so it is possible that every single currency is, or every single crypto is going to follow this Deathcross. So XRP, as we know, is in the middle of this. We've got a Deathcross in the 2 hourly, pending in the 3 hourly, so we'll see how this plays out. And if we see Bitcoin fail to come over 63,655, it's a problem. But we could see us move up there in the short order. Now, if we do come back down and we lose 61,300, we know it's bearish. But other than that, right now, Bitcoin in the short order, it could make another 1,000 point push. Just like the rest of crypto and XRP as well. If we don't break down, we could very much so have a big push out. We very much could have a big push out. But we need to hold these support structures. That is a certainty here. So pay attention to Bitcoin. Pay attention to the fact that if we do break down out of what looks like a small expandable wedge here possibly, that we would come down to that first level would be around my speculated target, 58,384, because that would be like an inverse head and shoulders possibly. And then the proper target would be around 52,925 if we lose those support structures. We can get rid of this just to get rid of some noise, but we've got 61,300, 58,384, and 52,925 as the biggest supports for Bitcoin. So we're going to want to make sure we hold those. Otherwise, it could be a quick come down today because we do have these death crosses. These could be a little bear market rally, short-term reversal rally, just to garner more liquidity for the next drop down. So that is what we're paying attention to this morning. Make sure you do this based on an emotionless standpoint. You trade through this weekend or you watch this weekend knowing that it's a thinly traded weekend. Understanding that on the weekends, the futures markets are closed and the exchange traded funds are not opened. So there can be an increased volatility to the downside. Right now we have, for Bitcoin, the volume's 11,958. Previous close was 61,498. The open was at 61,498.34. The day's range has been as low as 60,505 and as high as 62,198.22. And then for XRP, we've had, so far, our market capitalization is at 31.869 billion. Fully diluted market cap is 56.91 billion. Trading volume in the last 24 hours has been 1.645 billion. All-time high is $3.55. Circulating supply is 55.99 billion. Total supply is 99.987 billion. So that's what's going on this morning. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. If you appreciate my work, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel and join the over 22,400 subscribers as we inch our way near 22,500. And share this on social media so that we can continue to expand and grow. All information is in the video description below and our pinned comments, whether you want to join Tom's Army or if you want to join one of the exchanges that I trade on. and buy some XRP, buy some crypto, or just set yourself up in this high time of volatility so that you can be situated on the next drop. Have a blessed Saturday, everybody, and hashtag be better, do better if you made it till the end.